Good evening everyone and welcome sa Shoutout Bahrain! Ako pala ang inyong ka-scholar dito sa Bansang Great Race na nagdati ng ibang balita at informasyon para sa inyo mga ka-scholar at syempre mga kasabayers din. Live malatis tayo ngayon sa pagbayan ng kabayan sa Bahrain kaya kayo po ang nangunguna sa aming puso at isipan at syempre nako kagaya nga po ng una niyo pong nakita sa ating mga ating poster po dito sa Filipino Institute. Nako, meron tayong isang special guest na talagang paantikin ng inyong mga puso. At syempre, meron din kayong maraming matututunan dito sa ating special guest for tonight. And syempre, hindi muna natin siya i-store po. Hindi muna siya sa backstage chart. Tawagin muna po natin ang isa sa mga bumubuo na Shoutout Bahrain! Ito natin, ganda natin. Sa bumubuo ng Shoutout Bahrain! Tawagan na po natin ang isa sa mga kapit-kapit natin individual dito sa Bansang Bahrain. Ang babae sa likod ng Filipino Institute Bahrain. Tawagan na po natin si Dean Jam B. Reyes.
Ayan good evening sa lahat. At excited na ako at ang ating guest ay napakagaling at isa siyang vlogger, di ba? So nasa na kaya si Lorraine, yung isa pa nating kasama. So lahat po ng mga viewers namin ngayon, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat sa Pilipinas, dito sa Bahrain, at of course sa UAE. Marami tayong mga viewers sa lahat ng mga taga-Filipino Institute, di ba?
Correct. Medyo magulo ba ang aking audio, Evelyn?
Yes, magulo daw ang audio mo.
Ayan. Kung magulo ang audio ko, lalabas na lang ako. Ganon. Pero syempre, nako, bigyan mo na po natin ng...
Medyo yung audio mo, medyo hindi ko ma-explain. Para siyang nasa nagagalgal.
Ayan, okay. Ayan, okay na ba?
Hindi pa rin siya okay.
Hindi pa rin.
So now we can introduce also Rain. Nasa
Yes.
backstage pa rin.
At tawagin na rin natin ang isa sa mga scholar ng Filipino Institute. Ang namayagpag sa mundo ng TikTok. Ang TikTok princess ng Bahrain, Lorraine!
Everyone! Thank you for tuning in!
Ayan,
Gusto
no?
kayo, guys?
Okay naman. So anong gagawin natin? Bakit ganon ang iyong audio tin?
Tingnan natin mabuti, ha?
Sabog.
Pakinggan ko mabuti, ha? Wait.
Ayusin muna natin bago natin introduce.
Hello? Ayun,
Yes.
okay na?
Hindi pa rin.
Okay na ba?
Hindi pa rin.
Hindi pa rin. Ano yung kakaabalahan mo, Rain?
Ay, naku, madam. Kasi may mga projects ako na natatanggap for vlogging and photoshoot. So, medyo busy.
O, di ba?
Blessed na blessed.
Ay, mali.
Ayan. Tinawanan ako ni Puting Reyes.
Eto, okay na ba? Check. Ayun,
Medyo
pare.
i-clear mo pa.
Eto, okay na ba?
Ano ba nangyari sa'yo? Parang medyo hindi maganda nga yung audio mo.
Feeling ko tanggalan mo siya ng headset.
Okay. Tanggalin ko na yung headset. Ayan, pero ito muna. Introduce na muna po natin ang ating special guest for tonight. Kahit hindi clear ang aking audio. Ayan, Evelyn Cabulera, okay na? Hindi pa rin.
Nga ni Evelyn, no? Wala pong audio, pangit ang audio, hazy, hindi. Bakit nagkaganyan ang ating audio tonight?
Correct. Parang feeling ko hindi siya kapakinabang ang audio ko ngayon. Nadala kasi yan ng eyeshadow ni Lorraine.
Di ba? Putok na putok sa
Hindi
eyeshadow.
pa din, sabi ni Evelyn Cabulera.
Wait lang. Dito na lang ako sa ano ko. Dito na lang. Diyan lang kayo ha. Dito ako papasok sa phone ko. Wait lang, baba lang ako saglit. Ay, nako. Okay na, Charles. Okay na to. Sir, okay ka na.
Baka mapagalitan ka na ating
Hello? Charles. Ito nag-testing. Hello?
testing.
Hello? Charles.
So now it's another guest for tonight.
Bago natin introduce yung guest natin for tonight, bakit muna natin sino ba siya behind, ano ba ang mga kanyang credential. May sasend ako sa iyo ngayon, share with natin para malaman natin kung sino ba ang lalaki, ang lalaki behind this program for tonight. Ayan. Ready na?
Ready.
Okay. Eto na siya. Please welcome. Okay na to.
Okay na.
Okay na.
Okay,
Sa wakas,
okay.
okay na. Ayan. Mga katambayers at syempre mga ka-FI dito sa Bansang Bahrain, eto na ang pagkakataon yung masilayan ang ating special guest for tonight kung saan kayo ang mauunang makita kung sino ba at ano ba ang kanyang mga past experiences tungkol sa mundo ng pagbabloging at syempre sa mundo ng pag-promote ng isang mga establishment or mga establishment dito sa Bansang Bahrain, sa buong mundo at syempre sa Middle East. Ang ating LBC brand ambassador at syempre ang vlogger ng buong tinitingalang vlogger and of course trainer din syempre. Please welcome. Naku, tatlo tayo mag-welcome. Huwag niyo ako i-focus kasi nakikita yung pores ko. Yan, ipakita nyo lang si Ate Lorraine. Ay! Ang focus ni Ate.
Ano?
Ikaw bang special guest?
Hindi ako.
Alright, please welcome ang special guest natin for tonight, ang pinakagwapo. Wow, pinakagwapo. Gusto ko yun. Ang pinakagwapo at matipunong lalaki sa mundo ng pagbabloging. Please welcome Darby Kim Estrevilla.
What's up, you Darbs?
Ayan.
May
Ikaw,
Parang may Not sure kung thank you very much, guys, for joining me here.
Wait lang. Kasi I think there is a feedback. Is there?
Anyway, guys,
Yes,
thank you for
Thank you for inviting me here tonight.
Yummy feedback.
correct. Miss Jem, gawin po natin iba-iba pong layout kasi po pag binaba niyo po yung si Kuya Darbs, makikita po yung focus po. Parang feeling ko po kayo po si Regine Velasquez. Ganon.
Yan na.
Ayan. Correct. Eto na nga. Kuya Darbs, nako, bilang isang LBC Bay. Nako, LBC Bay? LBC brand ambassador ng Middle East. Nako, marami kayong fans dito sa bansang Middle East. Syempre, sa Middle East rather. Wow, Miss Universe. Sa Middle East. At syempre, isa ka na rin ganap na trainer para sa mga yung mga gustong
Vlogger, wannabe.
Yes, mga vloggers wannabe. Ano naman po sino po ba si Kuya Darb sa likod ng pagbabloging? Ganyan, di ba? Ambush interview pa agad.
Yun.
Oo nga eh.
I think Miss Jem can try to mute audio muna. I think it will solve the problem.
Mute muna kaming lahat.
Kay Miss Jem, I think pwede siya mag-mute. Ayan, I think okay na. I think kay Piting ang nag-feedback.
Wala naman.
Yeah, anyway, so the question is ano ba si Real Talk Darbs sa behind the camera? Siguro I can tell that most of the time kasi I usually just think about creating content at tsaka wala lang. I mean, I love coffee and most of the time I just watch other vloggers as well, create content, and most of the time I answer to questions na meron sa page ko regarding the matters of the heart. So there are a lot of people who's asking about their worries at saka yung mga problema nila sa puso. So I try to sometimes give value to them by giving answer to doon sa mga bagay na gusto nilang itanong sa akin. Honestly, I don't tell them that my advice is the right path. It's just that I'm sharing whatever is my views, and if they find it very helpful, which I love to think that most of them does, yun, I mean, that is what I do. And part of the reason why I don't usually memorize things, because lahat kasi ng sinasabi ko is from experience, or that's what I believe in. So if you're gonna ask me kung sino ba si Real Talk Darbs behind the camera, siguro I love to think that a person who literally wants to give more value to the audience, and on my downtime, I just think about that. Ganon. Medyo okay ba yun?
Okay, ang galing.
Ayan naman po si Binibining Focus.
Ay, magaling. So next question. Sir Darbs,
Yan. Miss Jem, I think you're, yan, okay na.
So,
Okay na.
what's the reason why you opted to work abroad?
Because I don't have a choice. Wala akong pera. Yeah, so that's the reason kinuha ako ng ate ko dito sa Dubai. And then my hopes were very high. I only had 2,000 pesos in my pocket at that time. But what I had was a bag full of dreams. Was very difficult kasi pagpunta ko sa apartment ng ate ko, naka-elevator. So, first time ko yun. Uy, elevator, maganda yung bahay. Tapos pagpasok ko doon, naka-partition pala sila. So, pag lingon mo sa kabila, may dingding na. Sa paglingon mo din sa kabila, may dingding na din. So, that was very difficult. And those were the times where it made me who I am. The strength, the character that I have. If you strip away anything from me right now, whatever yung naipon, or whatever the job, I could literally say that I can rise above that because of the experiences that I have, and that for 9 years of me being an OFW, it made me a person of who I am right now. Tulad nga ng sabi nila, life begins outside your comfort zone. So at the age of 22, that was the time wherein I realized how to live life. It was difficult, but it was worth it.
Wow! Oh, palakpak naman dyan. So, may question pa ako, Sir Darbs. Ano yung mga trabaho mo?
I'm sorry?
What was your previous jobs nung bago ka maging OFW?
I see. By the way, I really apologize. Medyo na-distract ako kanina, but I wanted to give my thanks to Miss Jem, to Miss Rain, and to Piting Reyes for inviting me tonight. It's my honor and privilege to be a part of your show. Thank you very much for inviting me here. The question is, ano yung trabaho ko before I'm doing vlogging? So, nagsimula ako before sa Dubai as a customer service representative. And then I was punching invoices. So coming from Philippines, I was a nurse. I was a registered nurse full-time. And then when I came to Dubai, I was punching invoices. So I think my parents spent millions just for me to go to work. To go to school. Tapos you find yourself punching invoices in the middle of the day. So that was very frustrating for me. And there was a lot of realization, a lot of pain, a lot of humility instilled on me during my first few years. And then after that, isa sa mga bagay na natutunan ko sa buhay, having in that kind of situation, is that most of the time there are specific things where even if you are not in a most greatest situation, you do the best that you have. You do the best that you have on what you have at that specific time. It means that kung ano man yung meron ka, you just do the best that you have at that specific time. Part of the reason bakit ako frustrated, because I want to have something huge. I want to have something big right away. 1 taon pa lang ako sa Dubai. And then, that humility taught me a lot of things. And then after I realized na I should be patient, I was the best invoice puncher in the company. And then after that, I got myself a license, and then I got promoted as from an invoice puncher to key account sales executive. And then my boss transferred to another company, tapos pinirate na ako. And then he again transferred to another company, tapos kinuha niya din ako doon. So from that to a key account sales executive. So I do sales talaga. So part of the reason siguro bakit medyo madaldal ako and this communication skill is there is because I have been in sales for I think 7 years.
Ayan.
Very inspired. Very inspired.
Very inspiring, saka very gwapo, sabi ng mga audience.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Eto, Kuya Darbs, meron lang po akong tanong regarding po sa ating mga kababayan po nagtatanong po ngayon. Ano po ba ang passion behind Darbs, behind Darbs? Ano yung, sa mga nakakilala po kay Darbs, kasi po nakikita po natin si Kuya Darbs bilang promoter, and of course, ang ating kasama ko sa LBC Ambassador. Pero sa Dubai siya, pero ako naman po ay sa Bahrain. So, bilang isang LBC Ambassador po, ano naman po yung passion ni Kuya Darbs behind the camera?
I love video games. Yun, siguro, passion. I'm a gamer ever since. Half of the reason why who I am right now is because of me being able to play video games. At the age of grade 6 pa lang ako, I'm able to solve parang I'm able to finish video games that has very complex story tapos English pa. So I think that what's the reason why I would love to think that I have a very good comprehension skill in English. Kasi medyo baaga akong nahasa. Passion as well is content creation, directing, building a brand. Right now, from the brand of Real Talk Darbs, I was been able to utilize my personal brand through creating a vlogging school, having a merchandise around it, building a ebook. I have an ebook. It's called Ultimate Guide to Moving On. So there were a lot of people who was downloaded it already, and continue trying to learn new skill, which is directing. There are a lot of contents that I have directed myself, and cars. I love cars. Yun. I'm a petrol head or a car guy. So those are the passions that I'm very inclined in leaning into when it comes to kung wala ako sa harap ng camera. Harap ng camera.
Okay. Sir Darbs, alam naman na very successful ka na sa vlogging industry, no? So, ang question ko naman is, what were the struggles you have endured before abroad?
Okay. Siguro there's a lot. First off, people that don't when you're outside, ito kasi ang hindi naiisip ng iba if you're not an OFW. The job, fine, it could be difficult, pero one of the most challenging thing that you will face, especially kung you are new as an OFW, para kang malamig na ice tapos nilagay ka sa prituhan. I mean, that kind of feeling, everything is new, being able to deal with new other nationalities, and at the same time, yung homesickness mo, you're not used to be surrounded by your family and friends and loved ones. And the challenges that I had was that, and not parang wala kang naiipon on your first few years. And that was one of the reasons as to why there's a lot of OFW who quit very easily. Specifically, if sinasabi nila na when I go abroad, by 2 years, meron na akong milyones at meron na akong bahay at lupa. Once you come into abroad as an OFW, having that kind of mindset, it only sets your head to frustrations, because we both know everything that is great will not come that easy. Am I saying na 2 years you cannot achieve that? Of course not. There might be 1, 2, 3, or 4% who's very skilled or very lucky or very blessed. But for the 95% of the new OFW that would come, it takes a lot of hard work, skills, passion, talent, and dreams just for you to reach that level. In 2 years will never be enough. Brace yourself. Yun lang siguro yung masasuggest ko sa mga bagong OFW. Just like how I did it in the challenges that I had. I braced myself with struggles, braced myself with homesickness. I braced myself dealing with other nationalities that sometimes belittles your skills. Once you brace yourself, part of the reason why boxers get knocked down is not because the punch was strong, it is because they did not see the punch coming. So that is what I'm trying to tell everybody. You quit being an OFW because you would think that it's easy. And then you will not brace yourself. You will not tighten your muscles and see the punch coming in front of your face. Most OFWs are the OFWs that was punched a lot of times in the mouth but are still standing and continue on. So yun, that's my advice.
Nagulat si Piting Reyes na sinabi mo sa mouth. Parang iba yan.
Imagine yan.
Correct. Nako, eto nga, Kuya Darbs, napaka-meaningful, saka tawag dito, ang sarap pakinggan lahat ng mga comment, lahat ng mga advices mo talagang, lahat ng mga points na sinasabi mo, talagang tumatama sa minds and hearts ng ating mga babae na nanonood ngayon. At syempre, nako, Kuya Darbs, eto, meron ako isang personal question para mula sa ating mga audience. Actually, nagme-message sila sa akin sa WhatsApp. Nanonood sila ngayon. Ay na lang sa ilagay sa comments kung nahiya sila. Ganon. Si Kuya Darbs, isa ba siyang single na tao or in a relationship or meron na ba siyang wife? Super personal, di ba?
That's a very good question.
Actually, tanong ko lang yun talaga. Wala nagtatanong.
Siguro, I can say, technically, I'm single, but my heart is taken.
What?
Wow!
Mr. Universe.
Correct. At ito,
Gagayahin na yan.
ano ulit yun? I-replay ko nga. I'm technically single, but my heart is taken. Charot! Ako rin po, I'm technically single, but my heart is taken. Pili ko magmamadre na lang ako. Ganon. At syempre, ito nga, Kuya Darbs, bilang isang LBC babe or LBC and brand ambassador din po, at syempre, ngayon ay nandito tayo ngayon sa harap ng camera ng Filipino Institute. Ano naman po ang pwede niyo pong maibigay na advice sa ating mga future na gusto rin mag-promote kagaya din natin, Kuya Darbs?
I think this has been, I think Jem already mentioned earlier that she was my student, and I appreciate Jem for being in RTD Vlogging Academy.
Secret yun, Sir Darbs. Secret.
Secret ba yun? Di ba? Hindi pala sinabi. Live. Anyway, here's what I wanted to tell. Regarding doon sa message ni Piting, if ever anong message ko doon or advice ko doon sa mga taong who would wanna promote or become a content creator, a social media content creator, an influencer, and that they would be able to monetize through promotion. The fastest way to monetize is not to think about demonetization. Ibig sabihin nun is that once you go into this world thinking about how to make money, that is the fastest way not to make money. Because people go to you, people would want to listen to you if they are getting a value from you. Once they get value from you, they tend to trust you, they tend to give your attention. Kasi once you promote, your promotion is useless once nobody is listening. And the only reason why your promotion is effective is if it's someone is listening. And how can you make someone listen? By giving them value. What values? When you vlog, when you create content, it's supposed to be all about giving value to your audience. Meron silang dapat nakukuha doon sa value o doon sa video na ginagawa mo. This has been the mistake of most content creator or mga bagong content creators, is that they tend to vlog for selfish reasons. And content consumer, which is us, is very smart, and they will know that the person in front of their screen of their phone is just vlogging for themselves. And once we know that, and once we see people who's trying to sell us something, do you think you will consume their content? Of course not. You will not. And you'll just swipe up. So my suggestion and my advice to those people who would wanted to be in this same industry is that don't think about that first. Don't think about the monetization. Don't think about the fame. Think about really trying to give value. You're supposed to have an intent first, an intent to give value to your audience, because my friends, audience are smart and they will know how authentic you are. And once you give value to them, the monetization will come as a byproduct, not as the intention. So once you wanted to be in this specific situation, I urge you to sit down, think about how to give value to your audience, because that is the surest way for you to somehow live a life in your own terms by doing the things that you want and creating content in the internet, and at the same time monetizing. Yun, dami kong sinabi.
Ang galing naman ni Sir Darbs. Pero binukin niya ako sa live.
Ayan. Hindi talaga makamove on si Ate Jem. Ayan. Eto, Kuya Darbs, meron pa ako isang tanong talaga para sa ating mga, paano naman kung monetize na, kagaya ko isang monetized channel, pero nakuha ko lang pong aking monetization through, pwede naman sabihin, nasa Facebook naman, sub po ang nangyari po sa akin. Lagi po ako nag-live stream, hanggang sa marami na po akong naging subscriber, hanggang sa naging monetized channel na po ako ng aking 4,000 watch hours and of course 1,000 na subscriber. Ngayon, after nung nangyari, parang wala na ako napapasok na content. Hindi na ako nakakapag-live. Yung parte naman na ako. Kaya kasi parang nararamdaman ko na na-monetize na ako dahil sa sub to sub. Pero hindi naman ako na-monetize dahil nakilala ako bilang ako kung sino ako. Ngayon, I want to start fresh para naman makilala ako at makita ko ni YouTube sa recommendation, yung ganun sa gilid. Parang feeling ko wala ako sa recommendation. Parang feeling ko live stream lang talaga ako.
Siguro ang advice ko is Piting, is first you have to really go into you focusing on creating a content that you love to do. Kasi tulad ng palagi kong sinasabi doon sa mga baguhang vlogger is that this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. If you look at the people who's very successful at this, one of the examples that I have is either Nas Daily or Kong TV. They did not just pop out 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Kong TV's video upload in YouTube he started 11 years ago. So if there is something that you have to get from that, is that this vlogging or content creation in the internet, it is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Now, if ever you put your mind into that specific situation, hindi ka magmamadaling makuha yung mga bagay kasi first off, it's all connected to intent eh. Kung ang intent mo kasi is just to become popular and just to get money, you will not really go to a marathon eh. You'll just sprint at mapapagod ka after 6 months, after 7 months, after 1 year kasi wala pa yung resulta na kinukuha mo, which is the intent, which is your intent of just getting the money or just being popular. Pag yung two shallow reasons, and don't get me wrong, I don't judge you if ever the reason of you trying to vlog is because you just wanted to get popular and get money. It's okay. Pero it has to evolve because if it's just those two things, my friends, this is the surest way for you to fail. Kasi pag hindi mo nakuha agad yung dalawa na yun, you will stop. Once you reiterate your intent, the next thing that you have to do, Piting, is to focus on your content. Content in a sense where you have to talk about things that you're very passionate about. Doesn't matter, kahit ano yun. Kasi, you don't have, hindi mo kasi, ganito kasi nangyayari eh. Once your intent is just about being popular and getting a lot of money, what you tend to do is, you nakikisabay ka sa kung anong uso kahit hindi naman yun yung trip mo. So what happens is, you get burned out. Kasi hindi naman yung gusto mo, parang nagtrabaho ka din nun eh. So what I suggest to you is, you have to do you. You have to do the things that you love to do. You talk about it, you passionately talk about it, then you develop your niche. Once you develop your niche, you focus on giving value to your audience. Let's say, for example, if you're very passionate about talking education, then you talk about that. You help OFW teach them about how, like 5 tips on how you can get a certificate if you are in Bahrain. Those kind of contents, which the intent is just to give value without asking something in return. Just give value, bigay ka lang ng value. First off, that's good kasi nakatulong ka. Second is, people will begin to trust you. And again, Rome is not built in just a day. You have to do the grind. Kaya nga sinabi ko, dapat pag-usapan mo yung mga bagay na gusto mong pag-usapan. Kasi, you will have to do it for a long time so that it will be sustainable. And you start from that. Eventually, you will evolve. Eventually, you will find new things. And then just keep on doing and doing and doing, and then until people will begin to see that you're authentic and that they will subscribe to you not because you asked them to. They will subscribe to you because you gave them value. And that is one of the best thing that you could have as a content creator. Getting message from your audience telling you that somehow you were the reason, the words that you said was the reason why they did not took their life at that night. That is worth 1 billion views for me. And that is the reason why I do this every single day. Because I have the capacity to actually help people, and at the same time, I enjoy what I do. So that is a blessing, and a blessing is worth to be shared. And that is why I created RTD Vlogging Academy. Yon. I thank you.
Yan.
I thank you.
Yan.
Wow. Ang sarap pakinggan kasi sa mga message ni Kuya Darbs, nararamdaman mo na talagang very talaga very passionate siya sa mga sa mundo na ginagalawan niya when it comes to vlogging. Talaga dito pa lang, hindi naman tong vlog kundi live stream to. Marami na tayong na-attract ng mga audience na talagang nararamdaman nila na talagang ay ako to ha. Parang ako to. Nararamdaman ko yung sinasabi niya. So parang ako lang talaga yun. Dito na ba?
Yung aking dalawang telepono, punong-puno ng mga messages. Ang may nagsabi dito galing kay Ella, ang galing-galing niya talagang magbigay ng advices. Lagi ako nakikinig sa kanya. Super galing niya mag-explain. Sabi ni Ella. Yun.
And of course, napakasarap pakinggan, lalo na ang isang Kuya Darbs na from the background na nasa corporate world. Ngayon, tinan mo naman, very successful when it comes to vlogging at meron na siyang academy na estudyante po si Binibining Team.
Inulit pa?
Nako, parang feeling ko makakapag-enroll ako ng di oras na yan.
You should.
Ako din.
Always
Ako
for
din.
you. Rain.
Eto to nga. Nakikita ko nga, di ba? Nakikita niyo naman po, bilang isang vlogger, bilang isang, ano bang tawag ito? Influencer. Actually, si Kuya Darbs hindi siya vlogger. Isa siyang influencer. Kasi ang dami niya na-influence ng mga tao when it comes to doing business about this video creation. Kaya ang sarap pakinggan na natatamaan niya ang mga puso at isipan ng mga taong gusto maging video creator or vlogger. Kung gusto nga natin sabihin na vlogger, kasi may dalawang klase po talaga ng pagbabloging. Ikaw yung nakaka-influence at gusto mo lang talaga gumawa ng video. Parang si Lloyd Cadena, gusto lang niyang gumawa ng video. Balangit na ang aking queen mother. Ayun. At syempre, ito na nga. Kuya Darbs, magpapahinga ka muna ng sandali kasi po, bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon ating mga commercials, ang ating mga sponsors na magkaroon ng highlight ngayong gabi. At iko-commercial ko na naman tong iyong document processing mula sa LBC, mamayang konti. Ang Ang gwapo niya doon, promise. Ay, nasabi ko
Oo
na,
nga.
online pala to.
Ang daming nga nag-message sa akin, sabi na ang gwapo ng guest natin.
Gano'n kaya katangkad si
Salamat.
Kuya Darbs? Yun ang gano'n. Charles.
Height
Paano
ba?
kaya
Height.
sa personal?
Ano po? 5'5". Ako 5'9".
5'9". Ate Lorraine, tama na ha. Ano? Nababawasan ng eyeshadow, Ate Lorraine.
Sir Darbs, meron nag-message sa akin. Sabi niya, hi mo ko sa kanya. Sabi mo, idol ko siya. At gusto niya na yung hashtag self-worth since day one. Ang pangalan niya si Ella.
Si Ella ulit.
Ay, wow,
Sino
wow.
kaya si Ella's behind Kuya Darbs? Charles.
Si Ella. Thank you, Ella. This is the shirt that I'm wearing. Since day one. Yeah.
Nako, eto nga. Kuya Darbs, bago tayo mag-continue sa ating conversation for tonight, hot conversation with Kuya Darbs. Hot conversation. Parang napanood ko yun last time. Hot conversation with Kuya Darbs. Let's watch some of our commercials for tonight. And roll VTR. And malapit na siya talaga. Konti na lang. Konti na lang. Malapit. Eto yung siya rin. Charles. Ang sarap.
Mali na naman ako Reyes.
Napindot niya lahat.
Napindot ko lahat. Ikaw na lang mag-commercial.
Okay. Eto na. Eto na muna tayo sa ating document process. Para makita naman natin si Kuya Darbs.
Di ba?
At nawalan ako ng video.
Oo nga, nasan ka na naman.
Hindi ko alam nangyari.
So, Sir Darbs.
Yes, ma'am.
Nag-e-echo talaga ako, no?
Hindi I think si Piting yan. Okay na.
Okay na. So, yung aking yung last message sa ating mga kababayan dito sa abroad, ano ba ang maibibigay mo sa kanilang advice na para at least maging matatag sila at lalong-lalo ngayon pa during the pandemic?
Siguro narinig nyo na to for sure. Wait lang kasi
Nag-e-echo.
okay. So for sure
Yeah.
narinig nyo na to, but I would wanna say this again. And nothing gets truer, especially pag OFW ka, is trust the process. When I was new in the UAE, it was 6 months time. The pressure was so difficult. I hated my job. I hated the people that surrounds me. I miss Philippines. And I was about to quit. I was about to give up, and I already, while walking from work around 7 o'clock, I have an overtime for over a month without an extra pay. I called my mom and I told her, I want to go home. And because I was about to give up, I just told her that I want to go home because it's important to be together instead of having money. To be honest with you, that was not the real thing that it was on my mind. It's just that I want to quit. And then somehow, the next day, I found the courage not to do that. And until to this very day, I thank myself, my 22-year-old self, that I did not give up at that specific time. Because if I did, I will not be where I am right now. I would love to think that because of the experiences that I had, I'm able to have the wisdom. I was able to get the skill and the talent of me being there as an OFW, living outside my comfort zone. And if it weren't for those, I will not be living a life that I want to live right now. Because right now, after 9 years, I'm very happy where I am. So if you are a new OFW or planning to be, trust the process. Do not quit in the middle, and never compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. You don't know that your chapter 1 might be way better doon sa chapter 1 ng chapter 10 na pinagko-compare mo. And that everybody of us has their own journey. What's important is that you remain focused to the goal, you remain focused to the reason as to why you are there in the first place, and remember why you started. Once you have that all in, I think that would help you get yourself together despite of the challenges, difficulties, hardships, and pain. Because trust me, because you experience those, once you overcome that, the pain, the happiness is way more better. The harder the victory, the sweeter. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. It means that in order for you to appreciate the sweet, you have to taste the sour. So, my friends, trust the process. Kung bago ka pang OFW, and that somehow there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. I ask everybody not to be positive always, because palaging sinasabi ng mga taong nakapalibot sa atin na kahit na umiiyak ka na, kahit hirap ka na, my friend, positive ka lang, kaya mo yan. But I think that is not the right way to say. You cannot tell someone to be positive if they are drowning sa dagat or sa swimming pool. Uy, maging positive ka lang, magiging okay ka. You cannot be positive on a specific time in the entirety of your life. But you can be optimistic. The difference between optimism and positivity are different. Optimism is that you acknowledge that you are in a dark tunnel. In that, optimism is believing that even if you are in a dark tunnel, you still believe that there is light at the end of it. And that optimism allows you to move forward, step forward. You keep on moving so that somehow, with the hope that you will reach the light at the end of it. So my friends, trust the process and be optimistic. Yun.
Yan! Palakpak naman dyan!
Klase talaga si Kuya Darbs. Nako. Kuya Darbs, eto nga. Nako. Last question na dito sa atin, mga kababayan ko ngayong gabi. Saan ba makikita si Kuya Darbs? Ano po ba ang kanyang mga YouTube account, Facebook account, any account na meron ka, pati bank account na kami mag-donate?
Actually, madali lang Real Talk Darbs lang. You can just check me out. Okay lang. You can just check me out in Real Talk Darbs. So, Real Talk, tapos Darbs, Darbs. So, you can find me in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, saan pa ba? Podcast, of course. Podcast, I'm very happy and very proud to say that my podcast called Wisdom Bars with Real Talk Darbs has been in the number 8 trending podcast in the entire Philippines. And if you want to listen to more wisdom bars, you can just go ahead and follow me there in Spotify. Yeah, that's it.
Ayan. So, Sir Darbs, pwede mo naman i-promote yung iyong RTD Academy now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ms. Jem. RTD Vlogging Academy. RTD Vlogging Academy is an academy wherein I teach not just the technicalities of vlogging, because to be honest with you, you can just research it and you can find it in YouTube. But it will be part of it. What I teach in RTD Vlogging Academy is before and beyond vlogging. What are you gonna do before even starting to vlog? What are the mental preparations that you're supposed to have? What are the ethics that you're supposed to have? How to create a content that people will watch? Magaling ka nga gumawa ng content, magaling ka nga mag-video, pero hindi ka marunong gumawa ng content na papanoorin ng tao. And I think that is one of the first things that you have to understand first before even holding a camera. And I'm gonna teach you that. What else? I'm gonna teach you what to do right after you have gained some followings. How are you gonna be able to leverage yourself, create a personal brand, how to do an influencer profile, how to monetize beyond just basic ad revenue. Pwede kang mag-monetize outside of that. And those are the things that I'm teaching my students. And I'm very proud and happy to say that I am on my 5th batch. And on the 5th batch, I am about to produce a 40 new breed of content creators na slowly but surely, but somehow I'm having a vision that in the next 2 to 3 years, content consumers such as ours will be very wise of who we follow. Kasi ngayon, kahit sino lang, if the person is entertaining us, we just like easily click that subscribe button and follow button. But next time, that will be a currency. People will be more wiser who they will follow. And the people that will be benefiting that follow is the people that gives value to the audience. And that is what I'm teaching. So if you want to future-proof yourself, not just because you want to vlog, but because just in case if you have a business or if you want to develop a personal brand or those kind of things, you can enroll. I'll be more than happy to somehow teach you and hold your hand so that you can reach there. And how to join? Just go ahead, PM me in Real Talk Darbs, and then on the 6th batch, maybe by next month, it will be there. From time to time, nag-offer kasi ako ng free vlogging class for 2 hours. And then those are the glimpse of what you can see on the actual class itself. And even if you did not pursue and proceed to the entire class, that 2 hours free vlogging mentorship, you will get a lot of value from that. So abang-abang lang kayo sa page ko if ever.
And then promote na rin natin, Sir Darbs, na magkakaroon na dito sa Bahrain soon.
Yes, ma'am. If ever you are interested, there will be an RTD Vlogging Academy specific for Bahrain and with Filipino Institute. And then we'll be happy to entertain you guys there. And then I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Eto, Kuya Darbs, meron pa akong tanong. Kuya Darbs, for more information po, ano po bang pwede nilang kontakin aside from doon sa pag-PM? Kasi po, syempre, may gusto nilang sabihin sa madla na gusto nilang mag-tanong about more about bago sila mag-enroll, ano ba ang pwede nilang tanungin? Ano bang pwede nilang tawagan or i-message para naman po malaman nila kung ano bang
I see. So, there's just 2 things. If you wanted to be very quick, pwede kang mag-message sa Instagram ko. Instagram, I usually have an access to that. Real Talk Darbs. Or you can send an email to realtalkdarbs@gmail.com. So, di ba, napakadali. realtalkdarbs@gmail.com. So, yun.
Ay, nako, maraming salamat po, Kuya Darbs, sa iyong napaka hindi naman mouth. Kayo na ko pa nasa isip. Gusto ko na ilabas po mouth watering. Nasa isip ko kayo na pa. Hindi ko alam kung bakit mo pa sa isip ko mouth watering. Gusto ko yung meaningful. Ang gusto ko sabihin ng mouth watering ko sa utak ko. Ayan, okay na utak? Okay na? Ayun. Pero ito na nga. Kuya Darbs, maraming salamat po sa iyong pagpapaunlak na bumisita sa mundo ng Filipino Institute. Shout out Bahrain. Ako. At syempre may nagsasabi po dyan si Evelyn Cabulera at P. Laurila. Nakalimutan mo, Kuya Darbs, Kumo.
Ay, oo nga pala. Story.
Ano yung
nag-aano sa akin, nag-remind. Oo nga pala, you can follow me in Kumu as well. Tomorrow, meron po akong Kumu Spotlight. Kumu Spotlight, there are very few, I think 10% lang daw binibigyan ni Kumu ng spotlight doon sa platform nila. And what's good about Kumu is this is sariling atin. So follow me there tomorrow. I will be there 11 to 12 p.m. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Go ahead, check me out there. If you have any questions about anything, or if you want to ask me directly, you can follow me there. Real Talk Darbs sa Kumu. Check me out tomorrow.
Ano po yung Kumu?
Hindi ko rin alam ang Kumu, Sir Darbs.
You should check that out. That will be one of the biggest thing in Philippine social media soon. It's a live streaming app then. You can earn diamonds and diamonds can be converted into cash. So check that out. KUMU. Yeah.
Okay. I-check ko yan maya.
Actually, the download ko na po siya ngayon.
Agad.
Yes, gusto ko
Ganang
bukas
bili.
Kuya Darb.
Bili.
11 a.m. Philippine time, correct po, di ba?
Yes po.
So,
Gigising ako
dapat gumising ka na maaga.
Yan, para makita ko, baka may hot conversation with Darbs.
Malay mo.
Conversation pala.
Morning, day. Sam.
Di usap. Lunchtime with Darbs. Okay, tayo doon. Ayun, gustong-gusto ko talaga yung pailaw ni Kuya Darbs. Feeling ko, matututunan ko yan pag
Yes.
ako sa Real Talk Darbs, di ba?
It will be.
Lighting, audio, yun, ating quality puro ko doon. So, just check it out.
Tinan nyo po para po masabik kayo na makapag-enroll. Tingnan naman po itsura po ng yung aura sa picture, sa video ni Kuya Darb. Makinis ang mukha niya dyan. Tingnan naman po yung lighting tamang-tama. Tingnan naman po yung lighting ko. Tingnan naman po. Tutok na yung light ko. Tinatok. Ginagawa ko. Nag-ibat. May remote control yan, Kuya Darbs. Tingnan mo Pag pinindot ka to. Uy! O, diba? Naghahanap talaga ako ng magandang ilaw kasi nga, medyo na-curious ako sa ilaw ni Kuya Darbs. Ang linaw,
Tinituro ko din yun doon.
Tapos ito pa yung ilaw sa likod, may blue and violet. Pareho violet ba yun o color blind lang, pink ata yan. Ayan. And syempre, Kuya Darbs, last na to Maraming in behalf of Filipino Institute Bahrain. And of course, shoutout pa rin. Maraming salamat po. Ang ating LBC Brand Ambassador for Middle East, Kuya Darbs. Ayan.
Thank you very much, Sir Darbs, for guesting.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you po. And see you na po sa sa class.
Sige po. Biting, tsaka si Rain, expect ko kayo mag-enroll
Yes, of course. Nako. Six
Sige,
batch
sige,
6 kami. Ayan. Thank you po.
Ako na booking na ako, di ba?
Ikaw, Miss Gemma, mo na ka Excited ka
Okay po. Thank you very much.
Very happy, ladies and gentlemen, Kuya Darbs.
Ito na ang simula ng pagbabago. Wala sa pagkadapa, ako'y babangon. Isusulong ko'y adikaing umunlad at makatulong para sa pamilya at sa kapwa. Hihinangin sa mga palad ang bagong pag-asa. Pasan ko sa balikat ang mga munting pangarap, at ang bawat hakbang ay papunta sa tagumpay. Ako ang papanday ng aking buhay, dahil kaya ko maging magtalino. Kaya ko sa kapwa ay tumulong. Kaya ko
Please don't forget to watch our next episode ng Shout Out Bahrain! Every Wednesday yan, 7 ng gabi. Dito lang yan sa Filipino Institute